Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Saturday evening episode of Ted's Brew Cellar with me, your most gracious host, Ted. It is currently 6:05 on the 24th of April 2021, and I'm hoping that I'm finding you all in a good state of affairs. If I'm not, then I hope things improve for you very, very promptly. Now, if you guys would like to check out the other stuff I do online, I'm going to leave the links to all that stuff in the video description down below. Now, we're going to be taking a look today at a drink from a brewery we've had a look at before. Now, this brewery is called the Kernel, and they're a brewery in London, and I'm not sure if they have other subsidies in other parts of the country, but I mean, we reviewed last time a brown ale from them that was really pleasant. It was really nice, and it was weirdly refreshing for a brown ale as well. This time we're going to have something that I don't know will probably be quite the same, but I mean, we'll have a look at it and see what it's like. So, yeah, this is the Kernel Brewery London's Baltic Porter. Now, I've had a few craft porters in the past, and they've been a bit up and down. I think the craft porters I've reviewed before have been less inconsistent, I think, at least, than the craft stouts that we've had a look at, but I'm interested to see what this is like. Again, I think I'll give the label of this 10 out of 10. It's simple, it's rustic, it gets to the point. It's a craft porter, that's literally all it describes on the label. It's 7.1% ABV, so it's got a bit of a kick to it. I'm just going to check up the price of this again because I should have memorised this beforehand before I started recording. Ah, yeah, $3.99 from the Wine Barrel on Western Road in Hove. So if you want to go there to pick one of these up, feel free to do so. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem to have much of a massive gimmick on it. It just seems to be an interesting dark, sweet porter, which I'm interested to try and see what it's like. So hopefully it's good. But we'll give ourselves a quick snifter to begin with and see what it tastes like, or smells like rather, I should say, to begin with. Okay, so it's got quite a latte, coffee-ish look to it. Not much of a smell to it. It's just that it's slightly oaky, slightly creamy smell. It's with a tiny bit of a boozy tint at the end. Yeah, it's weird. I'm really sure what to make of it, but I don't know. It smells nice. I'll give this smell a 6 out of 10 because I can imagine some people would probably not like it, but I think it smells nice. However, it just doesn't leave that much of an impression, to be honest. So there's not really much else I can say about it. But before we try it out, see what it's actually like, quick palate cleanser of water. And then on to the most important part of the video, to see what this sucker tastes like. So, bottoms up. It kind of tastes like a cross between that London Meantime Brewery chocolate porter we tried once and a really craft version of Guinness. The problem I feel with a lot of craft porters and stouts is that they have a really weird watery fizzy texture to them. But this, it's smooth, it's a bit oaky, it's got a bit of tiny bit of an oaky undertint, but there's no weird fizz. It's the wateriness of the texture is kept to an absolute minimum. There's a tiny bit of light wateriness at the finish, but it kind of complements the flavour, I think, more than anything. Really, there's this smooth, quite oaky, very creamy texture to it that I think really complements the rich, burnt, hops kind of flavour of it. But man, this is pretty good stuff, I've got to say. Yeah, there's a tiny bit of fizz at the end, but it just complements the flavour more than distracts from it, so I quite like that. Yeah, the texture is creamy, smooth, with a tiny bit of an odd little fizz at the end, but in a nice way, and then the flavour is kind of a coffee-ish, stouty-ish porter with a tiny bit of a vanilla overtone, just very, very slight, but wow, yeah, that is good stuff. You can definitely feel how strong it is, though, I can tell you that much, but no, that is a really nice porter. I think I'll give it a I think I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. It's just about in the elite level category of craft stouts and porters. The thing is, though, with those kind of drinks, I generally haven't had a lot of good experiences in terms of like reviewing craft stouts and porters. So this hasn't got great competition to begin with anyway, but I mean, generally speaking, standing on its own, it is a good porter. I wouldn't say it's perhaps for everyone. It's got quite dark, rich, deep flavours that I don't think anyone would, outside of like the craft beer community, would massively like. But I'd say it's at least worth trying once. It's got an interesting, smooth but simple flavour, and the texture, while it's a bit up and down, like generally it's very smooth, and it's a generally smooth drinking experience. So yeah, I'll give that an 8.5 out of 10. Really solid stuff. Very, very much enjoyed, and yeah, I'll be happy to buy this again for myself in the future. So if you guys like this video, leave a like, share and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future episodes of Ted's Booze Cellar, let me know in the comments section down below. And if you have any recommendations for future episodes, let me know in the comments section down below, even though I just already said that because I'm a fucking... ugh. But anyway, hope you guys had a good time. If you did, leave a like, share and subscribe. Drink responsibly, know your limits, and I'll see you guys at the bar next time on Ted's Booze Cellar. Bye-bye for now.